Hello, and welcome to 20 scary psychological phenomena that might already be happening to you. If you enjoy, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more. Let's begin with number 1. 1. Chronostasis. When time freezes, you glance at a clock. The second hand jerks into motion, but for a moment it seemed stuck, didn't it? That's chronostasis. The illusion that time freezes right after your eyes dart to a new object. It's most obvious with analog clocks, but it happens with anything. Faces, lights, even moving cars. What's really going on? When your eyes move quickly, what scientists call a saccade, your brain temporarily blanks out your vision. Like cutting a film strip, it removes the blur. But your brain doesn't like holes in the timeline, so it stretches the image you first see after that saccade backwards in time. That first moment you see, it's actually a lie, an edited memory retroactively extended to hide the fact that you were blind. You're not perceiving time, you're remembering it, and your memory is a cheater. 2. Déjà vu, the ghost of memory. Suddenly you feel it. This moment, it's familiar. Not just the scene, but the sequence, the feeling, the rhythm. It's like watching your own life on rerun. But you know this has never happened before. Welcome to déjà vu, French for already seen. Nearly 70% of people report having experienced it, and it's one of the most unsettling psychological glitches known to man. So what's actually happening? The leading theory is called dual processing delay. Your brain has two systems for encoding events. One handles perception in real time, the other stores it into long-term memory. Sometimes, the memory system fires a little too fast. You experience a new moment as if it's already in your past. Your brain whispers, "You've been here before," even when you haven't. It's a false memory born in milliseconds. Others believe déjà vu comes from micro-seizures in the brain's temporal lobe, the area that processes memory. Like a record skipping for just a second, reality flickers. It's like stepping into a glitch in the simulation, one that only you can feel. 3. Presque vu, the edge of knowing. You can almost remember it, the name, the word, the answer. It's right there, on the tip of your tongue. This is presque vu, almost seen. It's not just annoying, it's eerie. You feel the shape of a thought without being able to touch it. Scientists call this a metacognitive illusion. Your brain knows it knows, but the pathway to retrieve the memory is jammed. The signal is there but fuzzy, like static through a radio. The bizarre part? Your brain fills in the gap with false clues. You feel a phantom certainty. It starts with an M. I'm sure of it. You feel like you're getting closer, but that's just your brain giving you breadcrumbs that may lead nowhere. The lesson? Confidence isn't accuracy. And memory isn't truth, it's a story in progress. 4. Derealization, when the world stops feeling real. You walk outside and suddenly, everything feels wrong, like you're watching a movie of your life, like the world is a set, and you're standing inside it, disconnected. Light feels too bright, colors are muted, the sound of traffic is distant, hollow. This is derealization. It often hits during extreme anxiety, trauma, or sleep deprivation. The brain, overwhelmed, begins to detach from sensory reality. It's not hallucination. The world hasn't changed. Your experience of it has. Neuroscientists think it's the brain entering a self-protective state, like slipping into a lucid dream. You're still awake, but you're not really there. Your mind is pulling away from reality to keep itself from fracturing. And when you come back, you're not quite sure you were ever gone. 5. Depersonalization, when you stop being you. Look in the mirror. Do you feel real? Depersonalization is the cousin of derealization, but instead of the world feeling fake, you do. You feel like a puppet watching your own body move. Like your thoughts aren't coming from you. Like you're just pretending to be human. People describe it as living in third person, like playing a video game, where they're controlling someone else. What's happening? Brain imaging shows that depersonalization is linked to disruptions in the prefrontal cortex and limbic system. the parts of the brain that regulate self-awareness and emotion. It's like your brain throws the emergency brake on feeling. Why? Often trauma, panic attacks, grief, or sometimes nothing at all. But it raises a terrifying question: if you can feel detached from yourself, what is yourself? 6. The Ganzfeld effect, hallucinating the void. Imagine this: you lie down, you put headphones in playing white noise. Over your eyes, 2 ping-pong ball halves bathed in red light. After a few minutes, you start seeing patterns, faces, landscapes. You hear music, voices, the sound of your name. You are experiencing the Ganzfeld effect, one of the most bizarre sensory phenomena ever studied. When your brain receives no change in input, it starts to invent its own. Hallucinations bubble up unprovoked, not because something is broken, but because your brain needs stimulation. Without it, the line between dream and waking reality begins to blur. This is how early sensory deprivation tanks worked. And for many who experience it, it's not peaceful, it's terrifying. 7. Exploding head syndrome bangs in the dark. You're just drifting off to sleep when suddenly, bang, a gunshot, a scream, a flash of light. You jolt awake, heart pounding, but nothing's there. This is exploding head syndrome, a real and deeply unsettling condition where people hear loud, sudden noises inside their heads during the transition to sleep. It's not a dream. It's not imagined. Your brain's auditory neurons misfire, creating an internal explosion of sound or light. No one's entirely sure why it happens. Some believe it's linked to disruptions in the brainstem's shutdown process, like your consciousness is trying to power down, but hits a glitch and sparks fly. It's harmless, but for those who experience it, it's unforgettable. 8. Motion-induced blindness, when you go blind to reality. Look at a spinning spiral. In the center, a fixed dot. Now place 3 small yellow dots around it. Focus on the center. Watch closely. The yellow dots vanish. They're still there, but your brain has decided they're not important. This is motion-induced blindness, and it's not a trick. It's a real failure of perception. Your visual system prioritizes motion over stillness. When there's movement in the periphery, the brain filters out stable, non-threatening objects, even if they're right in front of your eyes. It's like a security camera that only records when something moves, and sometimes that means it misses the danger standing still. 9. The ideomotor effect. Who's moving your hand? You're holding a pendulum, perfectly still. You ask a question aloud. Slowly, it starts to swing. You didn't move, at least not on purpose. This is the ideomotor effect, the terrifying realization that your body can act without your permission. It's the same force behind dowsing rods, Ouija boards, and automatic writing. Participants swear the movement comes from a spirit, a force outside themselves. But the truth is far more disturbing. It's you. Tiny, unconscious muscle movements triggered by mere thoughts. Your brain decides what it expects to happen, and your body silently follows orders without informing you. You become the ghost that haunts your own limbs. And the most sinister part, if your mind can lie to you that convincingly, what else is it doing without your consent? 10. Autoscopic phenomena, seeing yourself from outside. You're walking down a hallway, you glance to your right and see yourself watching. You freeze. This is an autoscopic hallucination, a full-body double appearing beside or across from you. It's not a dream. You're awake, and yet there you are, still and silent. It's been documented in cases of epilepsy, extreme fatigue, and high fever. The temporoparietal junction, the part of your brain that integrates sensory data about the body's position, has lost its grip. It misfires, generating a duplicate you, spatially projected into the environment. But why does it feel so real? Why do so many describe the double as watching? Some ancient cultures believed this was a soul fragment or a death omen, that to see yourself from outside was to brush against your own fate. And the scariest thing, some people say, the double smiles. 11. Tachypsychia, the bullet time illusion. In a crisis, say a car crash, a robbery, or a fall, you suddenly feel it. Time slows down. Everything moves in syrup. The sound distorts. Your thoughts race while the world crawls. This is tachypsychia, a neurological survival mechanism. Under extreme threat, your amygdala hijacks your normal brain function. You process information at a frantic pace, taking in more data per second than usual. To your perception, time expands. But here's the nightmare. Time isn't slowing. You're speeding up. Your brain is in overdrive, burning energy at unsustainable rates. And the aftermath is exhaustion, trauma, and confusion. Many survivors report that the slowed time feeling made them feel disconnected from death, as if they weren't real anymore, as if they'd already left their body behind. Your perception of time is a lie your brain tells you to survive. 12. The McGurk effect. When your eyes rewrite sound, you're watching someone say ba, but the lips move like they're saying fa. And now, that's what you hear, even though the sound hasn't changed. This is the McGurk effect, a jarring breakdown between your eyes and your ears. Your brain fuses the signals and vision wins. You hear with your eyes, not just your ears. Why is this terrifying? Because it shows how your entire sensory reality is up for negotiation. You think you're hearing the truth, but your brain's been compromised. Now imagine this in daily life. Your loved one says something, but their expression says otherwise, and without realizing it, you hear something different, a fractured world, a glitched conversation, a trust broken by nothing more than biology. 13. The cold spot illusion, chills from nowhere. Take your index and middle fingers, cross them. Now press a small round object, like a pen cap, between them. You feel 2 points, not 1. That sensation? It's false. But try to convince your skin otherwise. This is the cold spot illusion. When sensory inputs conflict, like crossed fingers touching one object, your brain can't resolve the map of your body. It generates false sensory data, often described as cold, sharp, or uncanny. Now apply this to full body perception. Imagine that same processing error on your back, your chest, your scalp. That sensation of a presence behind you, a cold spot in a warm room. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's a glitch, or maybe it's something your brain can't comprehend, so it invents a simpler explanation. 14. Déjà réveil, dreams coming true. You're walking through a hallway, you know this place. You've never been here before, but you dreamed it. This isn't déjà vu, this is déjà rêvé, already dreamed. It's not just familiarity, it's prophecy. People experiencing déjà rêvé swear they remember dreaming the moment, sometimes years before, sometimes as children, and it's not vague, it's specific. Science says this may be a misattribution of memory, your brain tagging real-time input as linked to an old dream. But the timing, the precision, the feeling is undeniable. Is it a hallucination, a memory glitch? Or are our dreams fragments of time shuffled out of order? And if we can dream of things yet to happen, who or what is sending those dreams? 15. Hypnagogic hallucinations, whispers before sleep. You're in bed, the world is silent, but then, footsteps in the hall. A voice says your name. A shadow moves just beyond the edge of vision. You open your eyes, but nothing's there. These are hypnagogic hallucinations, vivid sensory intrusions during the transition to sleep. They're not dreams, they occur while you're awake but vulnerable. Your brain begins dreaming before your consciousness shuts off. They can be visual, auditory, even tactile. And they often come with figures. Shadow people, faces, breathing near your ear. The line between sleep and wakefulness is razor thin. Cross it too slowly, and things cross back. Science explains this as harmless, but your primal brain doesn't care. You felt it, and it was real to you. 16. Sensorimotor synchronization. Your body betrays you. You hear a beat, a rhythm. Without thinking, your foot starts tapping. You didn't choose to do that. It just happened. This is sensorimotor synchronization, your brain's automatic alignment to rhythm. But here's the catch. If you're near others, your movements sync with them too. Breathing patterns, posture shifts, even blinking. This effect, once a marvel of neuroscience, is now the source of a terrifying question. How much of your behavior is actually yours? If your body is this easy to hijack by a song, a crowd, a voice, where is the line between control and programming? You think you're acting of free will, but what if you're dancing to someone else's tune? 17. Musical ear syndrome. Songs in the silence. It's late. The room is still. Then, you hear it. A tune, distant piano, a melody from decades ago, but no music is playing. This is musical ear syndrome, a form of auditory hallucination, often affecting the elderly or those with hearing loss. The brain, starved for sound, begins to generate its own. It usually picks songs from long ago, church hymns, childhood lullabies, songs never played aloud but etched in the folds of memory. No one else hears it, and it doesn't stop when you plug your ears. Imagine losing your hearing and being haunted by music only you can hear. Every room becomes an echo chamber, every silence a stage for ghosts. 18. Temporal illusions. When time twists, you're bored, seconds crawl. Then you're thrilled, and 2 hours vanish. Time doesn't run at a fixed rate. It bends to emotion, attention, and memory. Your brain doesn't measure time. It guesses. If something is intense or new, your brain logs more detail, making the moment feel longer. If you're distracted or in routine, it logs less, compressing the memory. This is why traumatic events feel slow, why summers as a child lasted forever, why adulthood flies. You are not a clock, you are a storyteller, and your story edits itself, moment by moment. 19. The third man factor, the invisible guardian. You're lost, alone, exhausted. But then, you feel it. A presence walking beside you, a voice urging you to go on, a hand guiding your shoulder. This is the third man factor, reported by mountaineers, shipwreck survivors, and those trapped in hopeless isolation. They speak of a silent companion who appears at the edge of death. Some say angel, some say hallucination, some say something older. Neurologists suggest the brain may generate the illusion of another self to distribute the burden of trauma, but that's just a theory. What haunts researchers is how consistent the reports are. Even people who never heard of it before describe the same thing, someone with them, watching, guiding, waiting. 20. Negative hallucination, what you don't see. This is the rarest glitch of all. You're staring directly at something, but your brain refuses to let you see it. Not because it's hidden, not because it's subtle, because your mind has deleted it. Negative hallucinations have been observed in hypnotized subjects and extreme trauma cases. A person may literally not see another human standing in front of them, even though their eyes are functional. Their mind has said, this does not exist. This isn't absence of perception, it's intentional omission. So what else has your brain edited out? What memories, what truths, what impossible things have you looked at but never seen? Maybe you're living in a curated version of reality, and maybe the real one is just beneath the surface, trying to break through. You've just crossed the border into the uncanny. 20 psychological anomalies, each one stranger than the last, each one more personal than you'd like to admit. From déjà vu's false memories to the invisible hand guiding you out of darkness, from silent songs echoing through deafened ears to the presence of a second you just out of reach. Your mind, this organ you trust with every waking moment, isn't a truth machine. It's a storyteller, and sometimes it lies. Comment below. What's the strangest psychological glitch you've ever felt? Have you ever seen something no one else could see? Heard your name whispered in silence? Felt time break? I read every single story, and some of them end up in the next episode. Like, share, sleep with the lights off, because the most terrifying place on earth is inside your own skull.